Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live Show, where I, Sunita, along with my co-host Tracy, we hop on every Friday to talk about everything North Fork. Summer is officially here on the North Fork. As you can see, I decided to get out of my office and sit outside on the deck. The birds are super loud, landscapers are around. I'm putting some ear pods in, and I'm hoping that this will work because it is just too beautiful to sit inside. Yesterday was the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year. And it is just stunning. It might be a little hot for a few people, but I'm not complaining. I love this weather. I went in the sound yesterday, and it's officially not plunging season anymore. The weather and the water temperature was just beautiful. I feel like it's swimming season, it's mermaid season, so I hope everybody's taking some time out to go enjoy the beach. I know Tracy's enjoying the beach. She is on Fire Island and will be joining us from location, enjoying her vacation there. We also had a really great event yesterday at Slow Food East End hosted an event at a organic farm. And it was the sweetest event, just families and kids walking around on the farm, picking berries, picking cucumbers. I got some face painting on my arm. Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. I love that you're sitting outside too.
It was just the kind of day that you couldn't sit inside, you know. And like I said, it's like I hear the birds are so loud, but I put ear pods in and I'm hoping it works. But you know, tell me about Fire Island. How's your vacation?
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. First of
Good.
all, June is always kind of iffy. You don't know what kind of weather you're going to get. And here on Fire Island, because the island is only a quarter of a mile wide, so between the bay and the ocean, like the breeze can whip right through. But so we're usually about 10 degrees less than the main land, but it has been divine.
Well,
It has been so wonderful.
the weather temperature is stunning. I mean, it's just, I know, I don't know if it's climate change. I don't want to really get into that, but it is warm on the first day of summer. So
Yeah.
bring it on. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gustavo. How are you?
Good morning. It feels like I should be outside too.
I know. We forgot to tell you to be outside today.
All
Well,
good,
how
all
are
good.
you? We're so excited to have you on because, first of all, I'm a lifelong foodie, you know, in my own mind. So let's just go there. And when you opened this restaurant, was it last year that you guys opened?
Yeah, we opened on Valentine's 2023. So a
Oh,
year and 5 months.
oh. Well, I love crepes, but I also
Oh,
love savory food. So I really love that you have both sweet and savory crepes. So let's just start from the beginning. Tell everybody who you are and what you're doing in Greenport.
I lost him, Sunita. Do you
Oh,
see?
he looks frozen on my screen. Yes.
He's totally gone on mine.
All right, let's try this again. I see
Okay.
another request from him, so I guess my screen was just frozen. Darn, I hope this works. I mean, we have had a while since we've had tech issues, so.
I know.
Oh, good morning. You're back.
And you're back.
Sorry, I lost you for a second there.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. I was saying let's start from the beginning and let's tell everybody who you are and what you're doing in Greenport.
Okay, so, well, but first of all, let me thank you both for having me here. I know you guys said you were excited. I'm very excited. Uh, we are really new to the community. Like I said, year and 5 months. It's my wife and I. So it's been a ride. We wanted to open in summer 2022. Um, we didn't know what we were getting into. With the permits, with everything, we took the place next to between Lucharitos, Simply Beautiful, and Claudius when it opened, and there was a lot of fixing we had to do. But this was born because we are proud Colombians. So it's first and foremost Colombian coffee shop. That's
Ah, that's important
that's
to know.
Ah,
very important. I mean, I love how the crepes have taken and it give us an edge. And yes, we really work hard on every single item on the menu. but Encanto was created to be a Colombian coffee shop, which it is. We invested from our own pocket on machinery, making sure that we have really nice, like we have a really nice espresso maker. Is it me or the sound is a little, it's a little off?
I can hear you.
I can hear you,
You
but
can
there
repeat?
is a little bit of a static. I don't know if it's you. You might want to try without the
Yeah,
iPods if you're in a
yeah,
quiet
I
space.
was gonna give me
Yeah,
one
maybe
second.
try it without the iPods. I just put them in today, but
All right, is that better?
yes, definitely.
Yes, yes,
Oh yeah,
yes.
for me too. I heard a little bit of noise in the background. All right,
So I have a question for you. So you said it was, a bit of a process and the permits and everything. Have you guys had other restaurants, or is this your first restaurant?
first, this is our
Okay.
first restaurant. If you like, I'll give you a little of background of my wife Yuri and me. And she couldn't be here today. She's actually at the store. She wanted to be here, but like I tell my customers, she's the brains of the operation. I'm the mouth, so it's time for me to talk.
I love it. I love it. When you're running a small business, there are so many different roles that have to be filled. So the fact that there's the two of you and you're identifying which strengths each of you have and doing that is awesome. That's fun.
Exactly right. So yeah, a little bit of a background. I'm actually a graphic designer. I graduated in Manhattan from NYIT in 2007. So I've been all my professional life has been graphic work. Up until last year, I worked in a company that made contemporary LED lighting. It's called Soneman. It's an American company, very well recognized in that business. I did everything that it was to do. I was the manager for the graphics department there. We have a good team, but the pandemic was an eye opener for me, and I wanted to do something for myself. My wife, Yuri, she did want to have something on her own. And before I went to school, I did work in a lot of restaurants in Long Island. I was part of the Frisky Oyster crew at one point when they started. I worked closely with Rosa Ross at the Scream Show for a while. Rosa is a very close friend of mine. Is one of the persons that I showed the cafe first. Um, I work at 50 Cent when he was in here before they went to Port Jefferson. I did busing, waitressing. I was a bartender. So the whole
So I have a
hospitality
question. So
side.
I have a question. Since you've seen the inside workings of restaurant business, what made you want to jump into it? Because it's not
So
an easy business. It's really
it
not. It's
is not.
more complicated than people recognize.
Well, and also I have a question on top of that. So you actually have been on the North Fork for longer than the restaurant's been around.
I actually
You
graduated
just
from.
named a whole bunch of North Fork restaurants.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually graduated from Greenport School in
Oh,
Oh,
so
2001.
you qualify as a local.
yes, you
Uh,
do.
Actually, more than half of my life, I've been in the States, in US.
Okay.
I came from Colombia when I was 16, 17.
Oh,
More. I did
I meant local to the North Fork because Tracy and I are transplants. But
Yes.
sounds like you've been here longer than us if you graduated high school here. Okay,
yeah.
so you've been involved in several restaurants, and then what made you decide to take the plunge? Was it more your
Okay.
wife?
Well, so I'm gonna answer your question of why the restaurant, being in restaurant business. I know how hard it is. I saw Rosa work hard. I saw Dennis at Frisky Oyster work really hard too. I know it was an easy business. So the first thing I told my wife is, I'm not doing a restaurant. Said no. Then the idea of the cafe came to our minds, and the French came later, but it was this way. My wife, when we were dating in 2019, she invited me to a trip in the coffee access in Colombia. She said like, for your birthday, she sent me a ticket. She said like, let's go. We weren't thinking about any business. We were just dating, and it's this is a beautiful area in Colombia. If somebody asks me, I never tell them go to Cartagena or Medellin. No, go to the coffee access in Colombia. So we went there. We had a really nice time. We went hiking. We visited farms, and we learned about coffee. And since I was here for a while now, it reminded me a lot of the wine process in Long Island. Coffee and wine are very similar in a lot of ways. Especially one thing that I'm passionate about is wine. I like how every winery has different wines and how wines have personality. And the same thing happens with coffee. So being in there while we were hiking, we were doing an 8 hour hike, and I was dead at the end. I was just following her, but I have to impress. We were dating, so we started talking about like, oh, it would be a cool idea to have a coffee shop in Long Island. And I said like the first town that I came was Greenport, so I said like, oh, Greenport would be a perfect town to do that. And the reason why I said Greenport is because since I came since 2000, Greenport has grown exponentially. It's been a great time. I was here before the Mitchell Park was there. Before I saw the potential.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. There was a time when Mitchell Park didn't exist?
Didn't
Oh, wow.
exist.
Okay.
Yes.
Who knew?
The
I thought it's
the
been there
the
forever and ever.
the carousel was actually in the corner next to across the street from Mr. Roberts. So
Oh,
like in
interesting.
front of
They moved
the
it.
bank, they moved it. So I've seen a lot. And at first, when I'm from Bogota, and my wife is from Bogota. Bogota has 7 or 8 million people right now. When we came to Greenport, it was a small thing for us, and I wasn't sure. Honestly, I wasn't sure. I didn't speak any English.
It's a different vibe. It's living in a small town is very different from living in a big city.
Oh yes. So at first I wasn't sure. So when I left for school, when I graduated and I did all of this, I I started missing Greenport and Long Island. I wanted to do like my partying in the city. I wanted to do a lot of things in the city, like meet people. But when I was there, after a few years, I was like, I was living in a really cool place. So my family lives here also. So I was always visiting. So when it was like we started dreaming with my wife about the whole concept,
Oh,
then
one sec, Gustavo. Tracy, can you mute? I don't know if you're echoing. There's some echo.
Yes, I can, but I wanted to tell you that I accidentally fell off, and when I heard the replay, I can barely hear you guys. I think it's that you're in earpods. Like I would take yours off,
Okay.
Sunita.
Okay.
okay, good. No headphones anymore. All right, cool. So, yeah, I don't want to make a super long story, but what happened was like I got engaged with my wife. We came here. We were thinking, okay, one day we're gonna do a business, and then the place opened. And my mother has the store next door. The Simply Beautiful boutique is my mother's
Oh,
store.
wait, hold on. Hold on. You shouldn't. Wait. How did it take us 14 minutes to get to that?
Yeah, so
Oh,
your family is business owners for generations. Wow.
Yeah.
yes. And yeah, I mean, I guess I should have started with that. I
I'm
have.
like, it's 9:14. How did it take us 14 minutes to get here? Wait,
Listen,
do you have any other businesses in Greenport? Now is
yeah,
the time to talk
Yeah, that
about
we
that.
should know about.
Are there any other businesses that your family owns in Greenport?
Greenport, not just Bose. The hat store across the street from the carousel is my father's.
Which one?
Greenport, not just Bose. The hat store
Oh, okay. So
Oh, no.
across the street.
your family owns 3 stores
More
on the same block.
and more.
That's amazing.
My
That
aunt.
P.S. The next podcast you do, start with that.
that's the inexperience in me.
Where
That's
Where's
okay.
Yuri? Where's Yuri? I mean,
Yeah.
I love that you're talking to us, but if Yuri was here, we would have found out at
This
9:03.
is the NOFO live and unfiltered, so it's okay. Okay.
Okay. Can
Wait,
we go back? Can we go back to coffee and crepes,
wait,
please?
and I have a question. I get to go. Okay, so when you order Colombian coffee, like, because to be honest with me, like, my friends would live down in Florida, and they're always like, "You gotta get the coffee. You gotta get the coffee." What's special? Like, what? How do we order it? What do we do? Like, what do we need to know about why it's different than what we're used to?
So that's one of the reasons for why we fell in love with Colombian coffee, because when what they explained to us is in Colombia, when the cafeteros, the coffee people pick up the coffee, they pick it by hand. There is no machinery involved. It means that virtually every bean is handpicked and is good. So there are other countries that export great coffee, like Brazil and Italy, and it's great coffee, but a lot of them use machinery. So Colombia's quality, it might be different because of that. Because if they see, and I saw the process, if they see a berry that is not ready, they leave it. If they a berry that it went too long, they take it and they don't put it in there. So it's great quality coffee. So when you're ordering a Colombian coffee, if it's true Colombian coffee, it should be taste aromatic. Colombian coffee is people. Yesterday, I had somebody that told me, "Oh, what kind of coffee do you have?" I said Colombian, and the person told me, "Oh, that's very strong." And listen, customer is a customer. I said like, it's really not. It's very aromatic. The beans that are planted in Colombia are flavorful, but not as strong. Italian coffee is a lot stronger. Asian coffees are a lot stronger. So that's the beauty of Colombian coffee.
So,
It
so I
it
have a question.
doesn't.
I'm a tea drinker. So for me, coffee is a treat because I don't have it every day, right? So my question to you is something you said a little while earlier where you said every coffee has a personality, right? So what imparts the personality? Is it the beans? Is it the roasting? Is it the process? What makes it what makes each one different?
That's why it's similar to wine, because everything affects coffee. Even when when you buy the coffee and you have the beans in the store, the humidity affects coffee. Where you put it, the containers, everything affects coffee. Same thing as it does wine. The ground where it grows, it affects coffee. It gives it its personality, its flavor, taste, and the grinding. And by no means I'm a coffee expert, but I will be. We are with my wife. We said we wanna learn, and I've been talking to people that know about this, and I went and introduced myself to the person in charge of the cooking of the coffee at Aldo's. The new person, she is knowledgeable beyond limit, and I got there because I make friends with Alex from Cafe Victoria in Riverhead. He and his wife have a cafe at Tanger Mall, and they are from Guatemala. They know about coffee, and we started saying like, okay, we need to get in that level. So right now we're still in the road, getting to know coffee, but we want good coffee. We want to bring good coffee.
I have the question that's on everybody's lips, which is your name is Crepes. So how did the crepe and the coffee meet? What's going on there?
So Encanto, we name Encanto Crepes and Cafe. So Encanto. Okay, I'm gonna tell you now the part of the crepes, because this is very interesting. Crepes are French, and I did work. I'm gonna say 18 years ago in Greenport. There was a French restaurant where Serdim is. It was called Il Débuté. It was a high-end restaurant. I barely speak English, and I was a buzzer. I was doing water and bread, but the owner insisted that everybody that worked there needed to know how to make crepes. So I'm like, nope, I don't want to. I never gonna use crepes for anything in my life. This is not gonna. So as you can suspect, one of my fears is that I'm gonna see her again walking in Encanto, and she's gonna be laughing at me. I never see her again. Her name was Janet,
No,
like
she's not going to be
French.
laughing. She's going to be looking for a cut.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm gonna hide.
But
So I learned how to make
I
crepes.
love that story full circle because sometimes, you know, we we step into careers or we step into jobs or we step into conversations and we don't know where they're going to lead, right? So 20 years ago, you learning or being forced to learn to make crepes where you resisted it. I mean, look how that has served you
I
in along with all the other things that you've managed to accumulate along the way.
It's
Yeah.
so funny because
Well,
this whole week I've been thinking about how I always say that if I was to write my own autobiography when I was 16, it is a completely different book than what actually happened. And I feel like this is along those lines. Like you could never
it
have
is
known.
completely,
Yeah.
completely. And there is a connection between French crepes, well, or crepes and Colombians. So in Colombia, most Colombians grew up eating crepes because the largest restaurant or one of the largest restaurant chains in Colombia is a creperie. It's called Crepes and Waffles. They specialize in savory crepes. They have a lot of sweet crepes. They have, of course, waffles, salad. It's a restaurant. It's like, say, the equivalent to let's see, Starbucks in here. Like you see that everywhere. It's everywhere. It's at the malls, in the airport, and it's a great restaurant. It's always busy. There are lines at the entrance. Price is great. If you ever go to Colombia, you have to go there. And we took inspiration. We took inspiration from them. We said like, okay, I know how to make crepes. We like good food. I've been involved in the hospitality part of restaurants, and my wife is smart as you have no idea.
I
Like,
love
like
how you talk about Yuri. I think just the way you smile and the I love it. You know, I just want to give you a shout out for that and props for that because that is so sweet. Your love and your admiration really for her shines every time you start to talk about her.
well, listen. When customers go there, they always ask me, "Oh, are you the owner?" I don't think I have ever say I am. So like, nope. She is the owner. I just work for her.
Well,
So
okay, so let's get to the brass tacks. So when are you open? And like how
what are
do
you
people
serving? What are
yeah,
you
how do
serving on the
people find
menu?
the menu? Does the menu change every day? Like what do they need to know?
Okay, so we open year round. We only close on January and February, Mondays and Thursdays. We did this year. Well, that might change, but only a couple of days on the coldest months.
Hmm.
We try to keep it open in the winter because we want to know the locals. One of the things that I'm really proud of is like almost everybody that comes in gets to talk to me, or I get to talk to them.
I love
Better.
that.
That's
That's
I
better.
love that.
kind of
I
what
I
we like
I
about that's kind of what we like about the podcast
oh
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my,
because we get to talk to everybody on the North Fork.
Yeah.
and when I was when we talk about this, I was like so thrilled that I get to talk about this. But let me keep focus on so year round. The menu is actually a combination of a lot of different things. So, of course, savory and sweet crepes. We started with 24 different kinds of crepes, 12 savory, 12 sweet. But this year we expanded. Now we have 37 crepes. We
Whoa!
have we have a lot, and we're promoting the fact that the customer can make their own combination. So whatever they want, if we have the ingredients, we'll make it. We have it very
What's the
important.
most
We have
popular
gluten.
one? What's
The
the
most
most
popular,
popular one?
you're gonna guess that one, but it's Nutella, banana, and strawberry.
Nutella and banana.
Uh,
It's by far the bestseller. From the savory, I have a crepe that is the bestseller too. It's called the California crepe. So it's a avocado, egg, bacon, mozzarella, chipotle sauce. I don't think I'm missing any ingredients, but I think my staff, if they're listening to me, they're gonna be laughing and they're gonna be saying, "Ah, he forgot something there."
yeah.
But
Sounds
it's the
delicious.
it's the it's amazing. We try good quality. We don't. People say like crepes. Crepes are a small thing. Really not.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are depending on the crepe you order, their stuff. So also we this year we added like listening to what the customers wanted. They wanted more. We had a lot of like deli meats and stuff like that, and they said like, why don't you put stuff that are more cooked? So this year we added a chipotle chicken crepe. It's an eight slow cooked chicken.
Ooh.
It's a 8 hour. It's a lettuce, the chicken chipotle sauce as well, Monterey Jack cheese. It's a very nice crepe. Fresh crepe. We did a pulled pork crepe. We also did one of the new ones was a Philly cheese crepe. So there is a lot of stuff in there.
So you could
And
come in and have lunch and dessert. You could have both,
yeah, oh yeah,
savory and sweet, all in
Well,
one place.
and I
and
also
I
want to
think
give you props for the last time we talked. I had mentioned about my dairy allergies, and of course, so many other people have different allergies. And I know you're working on adding items that will serve so many more dietary needs, right?
right. So right now we have gluten-free butter. So if people are looking for gluten-free crepe, we do that. That's very
Great.
important. And I didn't know this before we opened. I got so many requests that I had to try. We tried different recipes, and we got that buckwheat.
Oh,
Now, with your case in particular, I was doing a little bit of research, and I got the flaxseed. So we
ooh,
are doing testing because
oh,
that's
cute.
how I want to replace the
Thank you.
eggs, because that's the only thing that you couldn't have with the gluten free. So we're doing that when it comes perfect, because honestly, one thing that we try not to do is to get a product that it's okay. Yuri won't let me, and I wouldn't like it either. We want every single crepe in at Encanto should be good, and it has shown right now. And I said this with no, well, I'm proud, but I'm a little braggy too. Right now, we hit 89 reviews in Google. We are 4.9 there. We are also 4.9 in Yelp. And
Wonderful.
this happens because we work hard, because we communicate well. I mean, I don't know if you notice a little bit of an accent that I have in here, but that doesn't stop me for asking and getting the customer well adjust. I work a lot in hospitality. I'm reading a lot. This is Will Vidara's Unreasonable Hospitality book, and this is my when I started like researching what would help me. So the first book that I read was um by Simon Sinek. It was called Leaders Eat Last: How to Make People Feel Welcome. And I'm not talking about the customers only, my staff, which
Oh, that's
are
great.
the greatest. I have
Very important.
three girls that work with me. I have Yuri, which is the leader, and we want to make sure that they want to be there. And
That's
they,
wonderful.
We Gustavo, we could talk to you for another half hour. So we definitely have to do a part two of the show. I would love to hear your take on the NOFO Live 5. So
Yeah.
Tracy, go.
Well, and that's a perfect lead in because you're talking about creating your own little community within your restaurant. So, if you were going to take Sunita and I to lunch or dinner, beside the obvious, where would you take us?
okay. One of my favorite restaurants is the Sahol Fish Market. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's fresh, it's nice. The shrimp salad is amazing. So I would probably take you there. There is another restaurant that I like a lot for dinner. Is Roma Pizzeria. They have a really nice back room, and I know the owner is the chef.
What town are they? What town is that in?
That's in Peconic.
Oh,
Okay.
It's next to the King Colony. I think is that Peconic.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they are of course they're friends of mine, but the food is amazing. It's amazing.
Well,
If you like
given
Italian
your
food,
background in the restaurant industry, if you're recommending it, I'm definitely,
Yes.
going to
yeah.
go
Yes.
check it out.
Yes.
And
Okay.
there are the popular places also like Lucharitos, which I admire, and things like that. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Sunrise or sunset? What are you catching in between all this hard work that you guys are doing?
Sunset, definitely sunset. And I live in East Marin, so
Oh,
I have a place in here, in Rocky Point Road, where sometimes I take wine, my wife, sunset. It's awesome.
East Marion is the cutest. I can't even explain. It is the cutest town in this country, I think. It
I
is
It's
love it.
really
just,
adorable.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it is.
Beer, wine, cocktail, mocktail. I mean, I know coffee already, but
Wine, definitely wine. And I'm gonna give props to Corey Creek, Bedell. Um, and I also like Croteau. So
Mm.
those three are
Who doesn't?
probably the ones that I would, yeah,
Yeah.
to recommend.
So when you're cooking either in the restaurant or at home, where are you getting your fresh local produce?
So we try to do a variety. Rosa recommended Sangli. So Sangli. I try Bayview berries, the fresh berries, and I thought they were great. Of course, I do also buy restaurant dip and stuff like that. But if it's fresh products over there, those would be my two.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. And Sunita and I have a brunch date on the calendar. We're going to come in and see you and Yuri. But just tell us for the last sentence why you love being a part of the North Fork community.
Uh, it's a special place. It's not pretentious. It's actually very humble. There is a vibe. I believe people here are very giving. And I love the business community. If somebody goes to my store and says something bad about a place, I will stick for them. I will tell them no, their coffee is different, their food is different. Give them a try. It's not like I want to lose business, but I want to promote everything Long Island because I don't think about the competition really. I think we should be uh, like being there for each other. That's why I love the Norfolk because I think most businesses are like that.
Well, we love that because that's exactly what this show is about, is lifting each other up and helping each other grow and become a bigger part of the community. So thank you for being a part of that.
No, thank you both. Thank
thank
you.
you, Gustavo. We've been doing the show for 3 years, and many people that we have on the show, we've met in real life, so we kind of have an idea of what to expect. And some people we've never met. And when I woke up today, I thought we were going to be talking about crepes, but this is such an unexpected treat. Thank you for sharing your background, and thank you for being the small business in the heart of Greenport, not just your business, but also by extension, the other 3 businesses that your family have. And maybe we can have them on the show and you can come back and talk some more with us about those businesses
Oh,
as well.
definitely. I definitely can do that. I can talk.
Well,
Ask Yuri.
anytime you want to guest co-host with us,
Yes.
we'll leave the door open to that.
All right.
But
Thank
thank you.
you.
I can't wait to come and try the coffee and try some of the crepes and all the other stuff you have on the menu.
Oh yeah,
Thank you,
you have to
everyone.
stop.
Have a
Thank you
great
Thank
very
you
much.
so
weekend.
much.
Pride Parade tomorrow, Saturday at noon. We'll see you in Greenport. Take care.
Right.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank